What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfairs. Now, some people have accused Marvel Phase 4 of either wasting good villains in Gore the God Butcher or doing unmemorable or forgettable villains like we just saw in the Marvels. And while that may be true, again, of some of the villains, there have been others that have been, well, rather outstanding, like the High Evolutionary and some on the horizon that are promising to be fan favorites. One of which is Galactus, who's now heavily rumored to show up in the upcoming Fantastic Four, and another now is Doctor Doom, whose rumors have just been revived in the last 2 weeks after being prevalent earlier last year going into Wakanda Forever. Now, because Doctor Doom's name has been brought back up in association with Secret Wars and possibly a new villain Marvel Studios would introduce as they go away from Kang, we're starting to hear some brand new names tied to that role, one of which we covered in a video recently here at the channel, and today we've got a brand new name coming from trusted industry insider My Time to Shine Hello. We're going to go over who this last actor is. I think there's actually some basis for this. We'll talk about it. We're also going to talk about where he's likely to show up because industry insiders have corroborated it's not likely to be the Fantastic Four. If you know anything about the dichotomy between Victor Von Doom and Reed Richards, it's important that these two characters coexist, and at least for some time as we head into Secret Wars. We're breaking it all down, the latest casting report, and which new actor Marvel Studios is possibly interested in for the iconic role. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner to coincide with What If's finale, also one in January for Echo. Again, all you got to do to be entered to win, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so again, as is customary at the channel, especially for casting rumors, remember to take everything that doesn't come directly from Marvel Studios with a grain of salt, but we here at the channel give a lot more reverence to industry insiders like Daniel RPK or even Twitter scoopsters like Can We Get Some Toast in today's My Time to Shine Hello, because they have a track record that's now been proven over several years. So take that how you will. My Time to Shine Hello today revealed that Cillian Murphy is Marvel's top choice to play Doctor Doom in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, much like John Krasinski had a ton of fan artwork of him already cast as Reed Richards before Marvel Studios' Kevin Feige was willing to give him a call in Multiverse of Madness, a lot of people pointed to the fact that Kevin Feige did that for a one-off role as evidence that he wouldn't pay attention for legitimate long-term castings in the 616 to fan casts like this. But Marvel Studios' ex-producer and the head over at DC, James Gunn, recently admitted that while it's never directly led to a casting, he has from time to time hopped online to see what the fans are saying. And you know that Kevin Feige must have done this, because how else would he have known to serve up John Krasinski as fan service if he hadn't have observed that John Krasinski was in all this fan casting art to begin with? So they actually do know what's going on as far as what the fans want to see and who's out there. And the fact that Cillian Murphy has existed in so much of the fan casting and the fan artwork out there for Doctor Doom at least means that Kevin Feige, those over at Marvel, have seen it. But this isn't the basis I was referring to at the end of the prologue when we were talking about there actually being something to this, because remember, while he's probably better known for Peaky Blinders or some of his more serious roles like Oppenheimer, he was the Scarecrow in Christian Bale's Batman trilogy. He does superhero movies, or at least at one point he did. For some actors of his ilk, that's completely off the table, but for him, he's done it in the past. Doesn't mean he's willing to now, but I think he would absolutely suit Doctor Doom. And while I offer my opinion from time to time, and especially some of these names that we were seeing for Reed Richards where I wasn't on board or said that I just couldn't see it, I absolutely could see this, and hope to God there's more truth than not to this rumor and that this actually comes to fruition, because I think he would be the perfect casting. Now, that being said, in coming to fruition, just because he gets cast doesn't mean he's going to show up and say the Fantastic Four. But again, as I mentioned during the prologue, there is a huge dynamic that's between Reed Richards and Victor Von Doom, and it would be kind of a shame if the Fantastic Four were to exist in this sort of pseudo bubble, or rather in a different part of the multiverse, as we lead into Doctor Doom's Secret Wars, considering he's probably going to be 616 based, and before he creates Battleworld, if there's not a lot of interaction and backstory between them, it's going to be hard to explore that dynamic in Secret Wars. So, as far as having your cake and eating it too, I definitely want to make sure that if the Fantastic Four are in a different part of the multiverse, they end their film in the 616, and wherever Victor Von Doom ends up showing up, they can definitely get as much screen time as possible between those two characters. But if Doctor Doom is truly being cast right now, there are only so many movies on the horizon where his character would really even make sense. And taking one step back, and looking at the horizon of Marvel Studios films over the next 2 to 3 years, I think the best place for Victor Von Doom would be Armor Wars. Traditionally, he's not a part of that story and how it works, but it could be an awesome explanation about how he gets his armor, and of course, Doctor Doom has always been that intersection of magic and technology. The same intersection that we're expecting they're going to explore in the upcoming Ironheart whenever that's released in 2065, and is said to have Mephisto as the villain, but to highlight the difference in a villain like the Hood and then a villain like Ironheart, one of them being based in technology, the other being based in magic. Doctor Doom has always been a mix of both of that. So, considering Ironheart is said to be moved off as far as it is because they want it to coincide with Armor Wars, and knowing that Armor Wars will not draw directly from that storyline that was originally called the Stark Wars in its publishing, that even though Marvel Studios have referenced as the publishing they were drawing from, Armor Wars is actually a later run during Battle World where Rhodey has Thor's hammer, and that's not going to be the case. He's not going to be a marshal during Battle World, or maybe he will. My point being, I think Armor Wars would be the perfect place, and a movie that makes sense, a storyline that makes sense to include Doctor Doom. Yes, maybe a little late in the game, but as it's been said, they're not going away from Kang, so Doctor Doom doesn't have to be introduced in all at once and immediately. Speaking of which, I truly hope that if they choose to do Doctor Doom, even in association and in the mix with Kang, that they don't rush this character, because he's never been a side character. He is a character to focus on, and I truly hope that if they do explore that character, they make sure not to rush or glance over all the stuff between him and Reed Richards, because it's so integral to the character. The same way that the character has been integral to Secret Wars and from the publishing, and even though Marvel's intent on doing their own story, which I don't have a problem with, I just want to see them take their time with Victor Von Doom and him not be a side thought or a side story, because he is definitely, out of a world of side villains that they've been focusing on in Phase 4, not that. But you guys let me know all your thoughts down below. If you agree that Cillian Murphy is the absolute best casting for Doctor Doom, and if not, who do you got? I'm all ears. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we're still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel. The next one is What If's finale next month. We also have one in January for Echo. We'll be doing some daily giveaways when What If kicks off at the end of next month. If you want to be entered to win, all the same rules will always apply. Super simple. All you got to do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on, and as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. You can find me in a couple of places, Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, wherever you listen to original music under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.